had to have no more control over their environment. They can't aimed when the truth is manufactured through a corporate media to control the people and keep them obeying the powers that be out of fear. The real trick is to set your mind free from fear. Then Lieutenant Max Casbah wondered why it would be considered heresy if alien intervention in evolution doesn't have to exclude God or traditional religion, depending upon how everyone defines God. What if multiple definitions of God can coexist? Does that mean that God is every one of them and everything to everyone simultaneously? We all have the free will to decide what we want to think. We definitely don't need our minds made up for us by an organization. Would there be peace with creation and destruction between the Middle Eastern religions if God could also be defined as a divinely universal energy force that represents good, Nate, and truth, and opposites combined? Aren't differences in religion man-made interpretations of specific beliefs or events anyways? Whether they are Hindu or Christianity, Judaism, and all other faiths, everyone has a right to his or her own individual opinions. Nobody deserves to be crucified for his or her beliefs. Different opinions on religion might not discount the truths of many other conflicting beliefs if they exist together for a reason, because opposites like yin and yang need hypocrisy and contradictions in order to really be different sides of the same coin. Well, can good exist without evil? Does evil have to exist in order for there to be good? We need conflicting ideas to be accepted instead of rejected. Opposites attract, and without chaos you cannot have organizations. Maybe atheists are right in one parallel universe, while Christians are correct about one God in another dimension, just as if Shiva exists with Ganesh, goddess of creativity, and Brahma in the Hindu religion. Or maybe your beliefs simply determine your reality and your destiny in the afterlife's alternate reality, or this one. If God is the random catalyst that formed the matter and antimatter reaction, which caused the Big Bang in the first place, then the parallel universes of multiple alternative realities could be contradictory, but coexisting as well. If we accept that nothing can exist without the concept of nothingness, which is something, then what is the point? Opposites have to exist because there can be no right without a wrong. If we think it's up to us alone to judge what is right or wrong, then we may be mistaken when others come along and think they have the right to just judge us. If we let God judge us, then we give up the right to judge ourselves? God must have created the scientists to think outside the box, just like alien intervention in human evolution and everything else happens for a reason, Lieutenant Max Casbah theorized. People don't just usually make stuff up for no reason at all, but some people do. And what is the reason for everything? After Max's mind stopped wandering, he used his radar control systems on board the hyperspace superfreighter to scan for nearby electromagnetic energy. He found a reading from 2 alien ships headed his way. He figured that they might have a way back to their own time in order to smuggle whatever it is that they stole at some bootleg space station. Omain and Gecko activated a remote control on their spaceship to open up the transdimensional porthole through Earth's cataclysmic tunnel. Lieutenant Max Casbah's home planet had become the first and last time wave gate to parallel universes. He decided to hide on the moon and observe Earth a little while longer before following the aliens back to Zeon. Then he set a course for the year 3334 on planet Zeon. Gecko and his alien cohorts in crime approached the new time tunnel they have carved out of Earth as they ravage the planet of its natural resources. It was also called the Intergalactic Light Highway through space and time. Omis, an ancient, distantly related ancestor of Omain's, and his half-robotic, half-organic race of android cyborgs from planet Zorbitron, had invented the Intergalactic Time Meter Gateway. It was a circular space station device on the other side, floating like a type of garage that any spacecraft could connect with, which opened up a door to a parallel universe gateway of time and space. They had arranged and perfected a way for you to manipulate whichever time and place you're choosing that you would like to travel to in your spaceship. The aliens charged humans and other unrelated creatures quite a fee to use their parallel universe gateway intervention, So seconds after Gecko's and alien spacecraft cross over into the future, Max quickly follows just in the nick of time before the porthole closes behind them in order to escape behind being trapped in that parallel universe and stranded on a destroyed Earth. This may be Lieutenant Max Casbau's last chance to restore his homeworld to the way it used to be. By the time Gecko and O'Main get to the other side of the transdimensional portal, a special StarCop Time Patrol task force is waiting there to intercept them. They open fire at Gecko's ship first, since he is in the lead. Max suddenly maneuvers his hyperspace super freighter out of the way as he flies in behind the aliens, just barely dodging the stray laser bolts. The Gecko's spaceship's engines blast apart as the StarCop's task force and nearly explode. A nearby space station make contact with a direct hit from their laser cannons. This blasts Gecko's engines into such a chain reaction of explosions that it sets off extra radiation fuel supply cargo on board Gecko's ship. Beanpool tries to run for the escape pod, while the interior spaceship hull begins to glow from radiation destruction, but the hallways on board their ship burst into flame, and this melts the alien and lizard's ability to transform into fire before being incinerated and disintegrated. The mole on Gecko's green lizard face explodes into neon purplish pink white blood as this violent alien creature meets their demise. Yawns its last breath of technicolor. This was the end of that vile alien gangster. After all the traumatic conflicts and devastating problems that caused in the past, it seemed like poetic justice fitting together like the cosmic intersection at this explosive meeting point which blew Beanpool and Gecko to smithereens, along with the wreckage of their spaceship. As parts of their flaming debris fall onto the StarCop's outpost space station, O'Main makes his last move as the lone survivor of this alien battle with one last desperate spacecraft maneuver. The StarCop Time Patrol task force all duck to avoid flaming chunks of metal raining down on them from the wreckage of Gecko's spaceship above. This is just the distraction O'Main needs to slip away through the porthole to his own time temporarily. The massive explosion automatically pulls O'Main's ship back into the porthole from whence it came. The conflagration of Gecko's dying ship sends his alien body parts hurling towards O'Main's ship, along with the shockwaves from devastation and destruction that alter the StarCop task force to space station. Too much for them to follow O'Main into the teleportation gateway. The alien gangster O'Main only gets away into this past temporarily until he meets up with his other partner in crime, Primero. There's a movie about this legendary adventure in another dimension of time and space on planet Zeon titled StarCop, which is about the pursuit of O'Main and his red scaly alien lizard sidekick Primero. But this was another time in the past meant to glorify the heroic triumph of StarCop department before they branched out into becoming the Time Patrol and forces that they are, as you know the rest of that story.
Coffee Clubs. floating on the fluffy clouds, floating on the fluffy clouds, yeah. Completely asleep in our own dimension. Well, you know, we'll take stratification and from them. It's the gnome kingdom with futon and dollar bandwidth. In a parallel universe, a stand speaking green rubbery patterns are floating, floating on a fluffy cloud, floating on a fluffy cloud, floating on a fluffy cloud, floating on a fluffy, floating on a fluffy cloud, floating on a fluffy, fluffy cloud. you.